God, that was a really tough win for the Bills, but at least they pulled it out. The defense made some really impactful plays. I like the fact that Josh Allen doesn't have to be Superman all the time. So when he has a down game, they can still pull it out. I mean, the guys that appear not to get open, it happens. I always have the problem I find in the Bills is when they're a 14-point favorite, they seem to play down to the competition. So they're a resilient team. Like I said, the last couple of weeks were tough games. When they went to L.A., unfortunately they lost, but they did put up 42 points. Defense struggled big time. Then they had to go to Detroit and play them. Fortunately, they pulled it out. Again, they gave up 40 points. So, like I said, so when you go to a division game like the Bills, I had a feeling they're going to be totally worn out. So the unfortunate with them is they have a bad habit of playing down to the competition. So usually when they're a huge favorite, I think they take a little bit off on their game. I was feeling like, because some guy goes, oh, I see 45-10. I'm like, nah. Like I said, even though it's being played in Buffalo, 2 road games that were tough, especially people thinking that might go to the Super Bowl as the Detroit Lions. Now, Lions did have injuries on defense, but when they lost to LA, unfortunately, they were all healthy at the right time, so that game was close. I mean, unfortunately, they gave up 44 points, I believe, and gained 42. But this time around, obviously San Francisco, 35-10, and Josh Allen being Josh Allen playing Superman in that game. This game, he didn't have to play Superman. He just had to play enough. And that's all they needed. He didn't have. Did he have his best game? No. But the one thing I will say is the defense made some impactful plays. That's a sign of a good team like Kansas City. You always think they're going to lose this game or that game, and they ended up pulling it out. Now people say, well, New England has a bad record. The defense isn't good. This isn't good. It's true. But the division game, the Bills, like I said, have a bad habit of playing off against bad teams. So they're going to have a tough one next week. So somebody says, oh, those next 3 games is a win no matter what. No, it's not. What I'd like to happen is the Bills pull out a win from, playing the Jets. Hopefully they'll play better. Like I said, the other 2 games prior to that game, I think they were just exhausted, physically, emotionally. So you knew they were going to have a down game eventually. Think about it. For the most part, they're blowing people out. The good sign is, I was like a couple years ago, I think somebody pointed out they were like 0-8 at one point in close games, 7 points or less. That's not very good. So at least Bills are showing that they could win a close game because they were behind. And I'm like, oh, come on, Buffalo. So they were able to pull out thanks to the defense. Defense, showed up pretty good for them. So now next week they got, like I said, they got a tough one against the Jets. That's not going to be an easy game. Again, it's a divisional game. Rodgers been playing a lot better for the most part. So Jets, they're going to show up. I'd love them to pull out a win because most likely Kansas City's going to get the number 1 seed. And by doing that, if they show up and somehow win the game, most likely, like I said, they're not going to get the number 1 seed. So I'd like them to rest everybody against the Patriots. That would be a good thing. So that's kind of like a semi-bye. So because they need rest. I mean, yeah, they had a bye not too long ago, but still they had some really tough games. So because I remember getting off the bye, I'm like 49ers. Obviously they're like a mash unit. Fortunately, I was in really bad weather. I'm like, oh great, it could go either way because of the weather. Bills blew them out. So that was, beginning of the year, that was supposed to be a really tough one. Obviously, LA, and then Detroit. So I'm glad, they only lost 1. I wish they would have won. We always want them to win. But I said, there's no way they're going to, wipe everybody out. So, like I said, I'm very happy to see how they won because it looked like they were playing awful. It happens. To the best of us, at least they pulled out a win because Kansas City's wins have been close the whole time. Sign of a good team is they always find ways to win. Sign of a bad team, they always find ways to lose. So I'm really happy, about them pulling it out. Let's hope they keep the momentum going, and hopefully the last game of the season they can rest everybody. And like I said, they're gonna, they're saying, oh, they could be in the Super Bowl. Bills are gonna win it. They have a little bit of holes. Everybody knows they got some holes, especially on defense. Like I said, the Bills. I mean, the receiving core is not too bad. I mean, some of them have been showing up, but like I said, in the beginning of the season, they're gonna have a down year. Josh Allen's gonna have a down year because he's he's not comfortable with what he's throwing to. It generally happens, but these guys have been making big plays for him. People say, oh, Amari Cooper is not really the guy that they expected to trade for him. I disagree, because what it is even everybody goes by stats. If you're not, the stats only go so much. You have him that helps people get attention off the other receivers. So I hope they resign. They need to resign Shakir. So let's hope Bills free up some cap space. And all I could say is hopefully maybe the Bills will win it all. I mean, they're very resilient. So just give me your thoughts on it. And I will talk to you later, and go Bills!